Another bar that I absolutely love are the Kind bars. This one is the breakfast bar, but the regular bar is great as well. And again, it's hitting my 5 grams of protein and my 3 grams of fiber. So I know that if I'm gonna have a bar like this, that it will be sustaining and it will keep me for a good amount of time. Now that we've looked at snacks that will satisfy, we want to consider other things around snacking, like the timing of your snack, and then strategic snack planning. We'll talk about that in a minute. And the third thing I want to talk to you about is mindful snacking. So let's talk a little bit about the timing of snacks. So people are typically unsure. When should I be snacking? When is the ideal time to snack? Well, it all depends. I usually tell people to check in with themselves every 3 to 4 hours just to assess how they feel. We've talked about the hunger and fullness scale, really trying to assess where you're at on that scale. Are you hungry? Are you full? Are you a little peckish? Are you overstuffed? Really trying to ground yourself, maybe shut your eyes and really feel your body and see where you're at, will put you in a better position to make a good decision whether a snack is warranted. Because you really don't want to be snacking if you're bored, if you're anxious, if you're stressed, if you're depressed. And if you are eating for those reasons, we really want to be able to tackle those reasons. And food will not fix it. The snack or the food or the treat or whatever it is that you're eating will not fix boredom ultimately, will not fix anxiety or stress. So you really want to be kind of extricating those two things and really looking at why you're eating, and the timing of the snacks is absolutely important. Now, if your next meal is not within 4 to 5 hours, for example, and you know that this is going to happen, you might want to preemptively have a snack. Maybe you're in a meeting, or maybe you know you're going to be picking the kids up a little later and supper will be pushed. You may want to have that snack in order to kind of keep the mindless eating at bay. And again, you want to combine something with some fiber, some fat, and some protein to really keep you satisfied, so you can keep your hand out of the cookie jar or the sleeve of crackers. Now, the next thing I want to talk to you about, which I think is really important, is strategic snack planning. So the best way to snack, people, is to plan ahead. People usually do not have a plan. We've spoken about meal planning and planning out your meals maybe on the weekend, and then having things pre-prepared, maybe in Tupperwares or containers or Ziploc baggies ready to go for the week. Well, how about doing the same for snacks? How about washing your vegetables and your fruits, cutting them up if you need to chop them up, apportion them into little containers or Ziploc baggies, and literally put the days of the week on them. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So all you have to do is grab and go. All right. So once you put those snacks together, you don't have to think about it. Because if you're at a point where you're super hungry and you don't have your snacks prepared or planned out, guess what? The quickest and easiest path to fulfilling your, satisfying your hunger is going for those carbs, those readily available, easily consumable carbohydrates, like the crackers, the cookies, and all the chips, and maybe baked goods that are just easy to consume and swallow. And it's really hard to make a good decision when you're hungry. But if all your snacks are ready to go, there you are. All you have to do is grab and go. So the other thing that's really important is to plan for the worst. So if you're stuck in traffic, for example, or if you're in a meeting, an unexpected meeting late at work, or, you've forgotten a snack, you've forgotten to bring a snack, it's always good to have something maybe in the staff refrigerator or by your desk, in a drawer, in your gym bag, in the car, something like the Lara bar or the Kind bar, or even a fresh piece of fruit if it's not, if we're not in the dead of summer, something that'll keep in the car, something that you can easily grab, maybe trail mix, maybe nuts and a piece of fruit like an orange or an apple, something you can easily consume in an emergency so you are not left hangry and open to making maybe not the best decisions for yourself when you get home. And typically people are coming home trying to prepare dinner. And if it's, way beyond the 4 to 5 hour mark, guess what? They're snacking on crackers and cookies and whatever is in front of them as they're making dinner. So they've again probably consumed a meal's worth of snacks before dinner time. So you really don't want to be opening yourself up to that. So the third thing I want to talk to you about is mindful snacking. So avoid snacking when you're doing other things, when you're multitasking, when you're working. Maybe if you're, checking your social media or your emails or you're texting. You don't want to have food readily available at your desk or where you're doing any of these things, because inevitably you will reach in and just eat one after the other without really realizing what you're doing, how much you're having, and before you know it, the whole sleeve of crackers is gone or the whole bag of cookies is no longer there. So mindless eating can actually lead to overeating and less satisfaction. You haven't planned for it. It's whatever's there, and usually it's a refined carbohydrate. So bottom line here, people, snacking is a great way to tide you over between meals. It can give you necessary nutrients that you need that are satisfying and filling. You just want to make sure you want to stop for a moment and really take stock of what's going on. You want to assess the why you are snacking, right? Are you snacking because you're hungry or because you're bored or because you're stressed? Really understanding the why and taking a moment to assess the why in order to make a decision is really important. Also realizing the difference between a snack and a treat. And by the way, I'm not telling people not to have a treat. Absolutely have a treat. I love cookies and ice cream. I will have cookies and ice cream, but I know if I have cookies and ice cream at 3 p.m. when I'm having supper at 6, that's not going to fill me, that I'm going to want more and more and more of that in order to fill the void, because there's not a lot of fiber in that. There's not a lot of healthy fats or proteins to tie me over. And again, the timing of your snack is really very important. You want to kind of stop and assess. It's been about 3 or 4 hours. How do I feel? I'm having an early dinner. When, I'm going to bed late. Maybe I need an evening snack to tie me over, because if I've had supper at 5:30 and I'm going to bed at 10:30 and I'm waking up at 6, you do the math, people. That's way too many hours without any food. You are bound to get hungry. So that's also a very important point. And my last point is having snacks readily available when hunger strikes, so you are not open to whatever is in front of you. So really planning your snacks out, having emergency snacks on hand is really a very important part of snacking. So I hope this live was helpful. I hope that gives you a little bit of food for thought on how you should snack, when you should snack, what your snack should look like. Again, please visit my website at www.mynutritiondesign.com. My blog on snacking will be there on Monday. All you have to do is press that button. If you want to stay connected, you can put your email address and your name in the box that'll pop up, and you will be receiving my newsletters weekly on excellent topics, nutrition topics and recipes that I love to share with people. We can stay connected that way. You can also ask me a question if you have an inquiry or a concern at Voula at mynutritiondesign.com. And please subscribe to my YouTube channel to receive notifications for more content like this. So until then, I bid you adieu to your health and to great food always.